Hello, everybody. Welcome. It is Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you. And I am trying to dry my hair naturally, and you can see I've got lots of curl. So put up with me while we do that. Let me just explain that today is we're getting ready for next week. Next week is August. Can you believe Thursday is August? And Thursday, starting in August, actually, we are going to be going into the whole getting back to school thing. Now, for some of us, that would be me included, I have nobody to go back to school with. But what I do like about starting new seasons is it gives you an opportunity to sort of roll into getting things done, to starting a new routine, to getting back to normal, whatever that is. So, we all have that normal thing. Hey, look at all that love. I love it when you give me love. I'll take the love. Thanks for joining me today, and bring all your friends. Come on in. And just remember, you share this video, you have an opportunity to win this book. Okay, so I had a couple questions from people who didn't watch the whole video yesterday, like, what's with that tiny book? And really what I should have done is show you a real Saving Dinner book. But Saving Dinner books are trade paper. This is a mass paperback. Mass paperbacks are like the romance novels and what have you. This was done under contract for a large drugstore chain, and CVS, way back in the day. This was from back in 2005. Well, the book came out in 2003. And anyway, so they did these books, and every time a author does a new version of the book, the publisher sends you about 25 to 50 copies. Well, they sent me a bunch of these, and I, whatever I did with them, I put them all out. But when I was moving, I found 8 copies. So I thought, wow, cool giveaway. I'm going to give them away. So on Monday, I am going to announce who is going to get this first book for the next 8 weeks. Every Monday, I'm going to be giving away a book and sending it to you in the mail. Hey, Sherry, Annie, Cindy, look at all these people. And Betty, I haven't seen Bet for a long time. Good to see everybody. And Alicia, and this is great because there's a lot of my back to Take Back Your Body people, which is super cool because I have something for you too. So I'm going to write that down so I remember. Take Back Your Body. Tell everybody about Take Back Your Body. So that's super cool. Every Monday. So remember, share the video, share this video, share today's video, and I will be able to see who's been sharing the videos. And from there, I will decide who is going to get this book sent to them, courtesy of me. This is my pleasure to do this. And so I mentioned that I was going to talk about what's going on with Take Back Your Body. But before I do that, let me just tell you that I am now breaking my fast. This is my smoothie. It's my green smoothie. Good morning, Kimberly, Sherry, everybody. These are my friends. So let me show you what's in my smoothie, because I've got asked this question yesterday because I'm doing this. And by the way, I have moved my dinner window, my eating window, to 8 hours of sleeping, 8 hours of fasting, and then, well, not quite 8 hours. I'm about at 7 hours because this is my 1 o'clock smoothie here. So what I'm trying to do is shorten my window. And it seems for women of a certain age, and we all know what certain age I'm talking about, it seems to really help with hormones, sleeping, blood sugar control, just feeling better and being able to, eat like a normal human and not be so freaked out about all the different things. So I thought that was great. And so I thought I would share that with you because this is something that I'm doing. So what is in my smoothie? Glad you asked. First, there it is, Perfect Paleo Protein. Now, I like to use the unflavored because I like to go either vanilla or chocolate. You can use anything. Right now, we're low on vanilla. We should have a new batch coming in right now. The manufacturer's a little bit tight on the vanilla, so we shall see on that. I'm going back and forth with them on that. We have plenty of chocolate. We have plenty of unflavored. And this is collagen. It's 100% collagen. Collagen. So what is collagen? Collagen is the glue that holds you together, basically. It's the matrix in your skin. It's all the stuff that we want. And as we get older, we lose it. The more collagen we have, the plumper our skin, the better it looks. It also works on the insides. This is what holds you all together. This is what makes your joints not achy. This is all the stuff that we need for hair, skin, nails, teeth, everything. So collagen is our friend, and it's also extraordinarily low on the chain of any kind of allergic reaction. So a lot of people have allergies for whey and pea protein and all of those. This is like so, unless you're like a vegan, this isn't going to work for you. But if you're not, this is mild. And for me, I am super sensitive, and most all smoothie stuff, including stuff that we've had in the past, would give me a stomach ache. This does not give me a stomach ache. So that's really important. So anyway, that's a fun thing. There's Kathy and Brenda. Hi, guys. Brenda wants to know how she can win a book. You can win a book by sharing the video. This is how you win a book. And, this is the same Saving Dinner book. It is the first version, though. It is not the second version, which has all of the freezer meals in it. It is the first version. So keep that in mind when you get it. But, geez, it's a free book. Come on, let's be cool with this. You want this. And this is a great way to get started on your back to school stuff, your back to whatever it is routine. Because as much as we love the summer, we also love getting back to just a little bit more structure. And that's how I look at back to school, because, again, I don't have anybody to send back to school. So that's how I do it. And I've got notes over here. So Monday is book day. Monday is book day. Friday is Q&A day. Now, I'm getting a lot of comments on here, which is great, and I just want to just say something very, very quickly. I do not be offended if I don't answer questions here, because I don't have the time to go through all those questions and see, what they are. If you have questions, send them into me at support@savingdinner.com. They will all be forwarded to me, and on Fridays, I will answer your questions. So, do you have a cooking question? I'll answer it. Do you have a nutrition question? I'll answer it. Do you have a question about NutriCoach? I'll answer that. And I had somebody who did write in and ask me about NutriCoach. And NutriCoach is my program to help people to create careers, because that's how I started. I basically started as a NutriCoach, and I was doing meal prep for all these families all over Newport Beach. And then when I moved to Charlotte, I did that there too, and just did sort of private events and things. And it gave me a nice, stable income, a very nice income. And so when, of course I started, and then I've written, 10 cookbooks since and done all the other things. But here's the thing to look at, and this is the most important thing. If you're unfulfilled in your career, and this is the second chapter of your life, or whatever, what are you waiting for? So go to NutriCoachSchool.com and check it out. You can get all the information over there. But I've created this specifically for people who are just saying, you know what, I need something different. I want to do something different. And I've given you an exact structure. These are the things that I did and I used. After 20-something years of doing all of this, I know how to do it, and I can shortcut it. And if you want to go with coaching, one-on-one with me, we've got that as well. So I say this because I am so proud of this program. It is my life's work, and I'd love to have you aboard if this is something that you're interested in. So go check it out, NutriCoachSchool.com. So, ooh, look at all these comments. So many soup recipes. Pinterest is insane. Yes, it is. Pinterest is insane. Pinterest is kind of my, I just don't even bother so much with Pinterest, because it's one of those places where it can just suck you in and take out your brains, kind of. So I don't do that. I stay away from Pinterest as much as I can possibly stay away from it. Every once in a while, if I need something, I'll go in there, and there's great ideas there. I'm not going to lie. I mean, there's some terrific ideas, but there's also, a lot of stuff there that you just, if you, want to keep your time. Another thing we're going to do too, and this is my Take Back Your Body, ladies. I will be sending an email out to you coming up, but I'm going to get ready for a Heal Your Gut challenge. Because here's the thing. I've been reading and reading. You know, I love to read. I love to stay up to date on what's new in the nutrition world and the medical discoveries. And everything that I'm reading is all pointing back, and I've seen this for years, but now you're starting to get the scientific research that's all pointing back to a leaky gut as being basically the hotbed of where all disease starts. Now, I know with autoimmune disorders, absolutely 100%. That's where it starts, is a leaky gut. And think about it. It's your body's way of rebelling and saying, hey, hold on. I don't want food in my bloodstream. I want it in my digestive tract, because that's how I use it. That's how I extrapolate all those vitamins that I need to get. And that's how I get the energy that I need to get. I don't need it floating around in my bloodstream. But when you have a leaky gut, that's exactly what happens. So healing a leaky gut is important. It's super easy to do. It just takes a little diligence, you know, and the stress comes in. We're all under stress. I don't care what you say. Everybody is under stress. Even if your life is like pristine and perfect, you still live in an environment in our world where there's toxins everywhere. It's in your food. It's in your water. It's in the cars we drive, whether even if we're electric, then we're all around EMFs, you know, and they're just like, it's one thing after the other. So I like to take a look at that and just say, okay, so if this is the case and we're under stress, how do we deal with our stress? Well, first thing that I do, it's meditate. And you meditate every single morning and just kind of get yourself centered. We need that. We need that place of being centered. We need that place of just being without thinking about all the stress of the day, the stress of all the things that are out there, and just being sort of one with our universe, if you will. And it makes a big difference. Okay. That's one thing. The second thing is we have to drink a ton of water. And I do try to drink like 3 big guys of these a day. And that's, you know, half your body weight in ounces is a good guidepost. Now, if you weigh a lot and like a real lot, then you're going to have to bring that down to maybe about 100 ounces. You can't do, you know, I mean, if you weighed 500 pounds, you can't do 250 ounces of water a day without drowning. You know, there's such a thing as water poisoning. We don't want to go there. So just keep that in mind. But it's easy to do if you just kind of set an alarm on, use your phone. Set an alarm on your phone and just like every hour, just remind yourself, have a drink of water. Now remember, if you're drinking water during your meals, you're diluting your digestive enzymes. They start in your mouth, they go into your throat, just before your stomach, in your stomach. There's digestive enzymes all the way down through the digestive process. Your body is magnificently made. And if we can honor the processes by honoring what goes inside of our bodies as far as the good food is concerned, and as far as the way we're eating so that we can get maximum digestive enzymes, then we're in good stead. That makes sense, right? So what else is in my smoothie is also L-glutamine. L-glutamine is simply is an amino acid. It's an amino acid that has the capacity to take those little junctures that have all been opened up and to close them. And I'm going to give you another fabulous tip. If you have an issue with sugar cravings, with salt cravings, with any kind of craving, even if you have an addiction issue, even if you're a heroin addict, I'm dead serious, this stuff works. I keep messing this up. This stuff works to kill addictions. I learned this from a psychiatrist, and that's her specialty, is dealing with addictions and she had addicts for patients, and she had such a rate of success. Everybody was asking what she did, and one of the biggest things that she did, well, first of all, she altered their diets, got them off sugar, because she showed that sugar and heroin basically create the same patterns in the brain. Isn't that terrible? And it lights up all those addiction areas. But here's the interesting thing. 60 Minutes just recently, like I'm going to say about a year ago, maybe a little bit more, did a MRI. They showed an MRI of people's brains lit up on heroin versus lit up on sugar. And it was exactly what she said. Isn't that crazy? So L-glutamine is your friend, and you just take it. I'm going to show you how to do it. This is straight out, but really what you should be doing is putting this in a little thing. But it's just, your basic white powder. It's tasteless. And you do this. It tastes like nothing, but it kills the desire for sweets. It kills the desire for carbohydrates. It kills the desires for salty things. Even drinking, smoking, cigarettes, or whatever it is, whatever issue that you have, this stuff is thebomb.com. And I swear everybody should have some of this. They should be putting it in their smoothies on a daily basis. And, if you have an addiction problem that you're trying to deal with, for heaven's sakes, put a little dish of that on your office desk and just be mindful. Put that on there, and just a little teeny weeny bit is not going to harm anything. So that is just something that I love. Helen's talking about intermittent fasting. We are going to talk about that. Crack chicken soup. Abigail, come on. I'm writing that down. Crack chicken soup. Well, we also have, if you're interested in a good soup, we have Mighty Mitochondria soup. You can find it at savingdinner.com. Fantastic soup. All the veggies, everything in there but the kitchen sink. And you can make it in a way that is going to be a little less carbohydrate. So you can take out the sweet potatoes and put in zucchini instead, and just kind of keep it a little bit more green. Karen said, welcome to North Carolina from Lenore. I know where Lenore is. Karen, I lived here for 20-something years, so coming back has been a really great thing. But I'm in the western part of the state instead of in the Piedmont, so that's where I am. And I have magnificent views. And I promise you, as soon as I'm done organizing the rest of my house, I'm going to take you on a big tour, and I'm going to show you the beautiful views that we have of the Blue Ridge Mountains, because it's just fantastic. And thanks for everybody who's shared this video. Remember, on Monday, we'll do the drawing for this wonderful book. So Crack Chicken. I'm going to check that out. In the meantime, intermittent fasting. I had some questions about that. So intermittent fasting is something that we do to give our bodies a rest. Intermittent fasting is something that we can do to correct blood sugar issues. And it's something that's well recommended. As a matter of fact, I have a book. It's called The Obesity Code by Jason Fung. He's an MD, and he was a nephrologist and a kidney guy. And so his whole thing, he dealt so much with type 2 diabetic patients, because that's unfortunately is one of the things that happens with type 2 diabetics is they get kidney problems. And he had this happening so often that he started to look into, how do we help people to control their glucose and getting their diabetes under control. Well, if you look at some of the recommendations they make, and tell me if I'm right here, some of the recommendations that they make, if you look on, the sugar things, and they say, hey, yeah, you could have this and you can have that. It's just really super high carbohydrate stuff, and it doesn't work at all. And it's really hard to understand how these RDs came up with this idea that this is a good diet for for diabetics. It's just not. You got to go low carb. You can't say just a little bit of this. It's it's like a little bit of rat poop in the brownies. That's my old thing. It's like, if you're going to have a little bit of something and you say everything in moderation, yeah, you're just wrong, because nobody wants a little bit of rat poop in their brownies, right? Nobody wants a little bit of arsenic or a little bit of anything. Sometimes you just have to steer the boat away from the thing that's harming you the most. And that's that's my philosophy on things, totally. So intermittent fasting, here is what you need to do. You need to just start with a 12-hour period where you are not eating at all. So even though, and I have preached this from the mountaintop forever, saying breakfast is the biggest meal, it should be the biggest thing in the day. And you've heard people say, eat like a king for breakfast, a prince for dinner, and a pauper, or a prince for lunch and a pauper for dinner, something like that. Well, let me just say this. Why not cut it back and make the eating window a little smaller? So to start. You never start and just say, I'm not going to eat until whenever. And we had my friend Marianne, who was on here, part of my Take Back Your Body people. And she was on here yesterday, and she's doing one meal a day. And that's working well for her. Now, I will say that what I am finding, this is in my own personal research, and this is something that Marla, the Fly Lady, and I are writing about, is that we got to change it up. It cannot be the same thing. So for right now, I'm narrowing my window, but I started with 12 hours. I started going 12 to 12. So I'd stop eating at 7 p.m. and then I wouldn't eat until 7 a.m. the next day. Easy to do, but my body adapted. So now what? So now I'm going to at least noon instead of 7, or preferably 1 o'clock, and I'm still breaking my fast with a smoothie. I have a philosophy on this, and the philosophy is that if you break your fast with something that's high quality with the right ratio of protein, fiber, and fat, your body's going to react well to that. It's going to take it all in. It's going to get the protein it needs. It's going to get the fiber it needs. It's going to get the fat that it needs. First of all, to satiate you, so that you're not going to be, rumbling around in the kitchen in just a couple of hours. That's number one. And number two, it gives you an opportunity to really turn up the nutrition. So I've got spinach in my smoothie. I also have some matcha tea. And all of those things together really help. Avocado would be something else, but I put MCT oil in my smoothie today for my fat portion. That's an easy thing to do. MCT just means medium chain triglycerides. Medium chain triglycerides are really good for your brain, and it doesn't store as fat. It gets used as energy. So keep that in mind. And it's easy to find MCT oil all over the place too. And no, MCT oil and coconut oil are two very different things. Coconut oil does have MCT oil in it. It does have the medium chain triglycerides in it, but not to the degree that MCT oil does. It's a little bit more purified. It's a little pharmaceutical grade. You can buy it anywhere. I know Bulletproof sells it, and my friend Dave, I love Dave, but yeah, but you can get it other places too. Don't tell Dave I said that. He'll get mad at me. Okay, so Fibermender. I had a question about Fibermender, and they were saying, well, how does it work, and this, that, and the other thing, and it's this. I just have to show you something. Look. So it's made from konjac root, and konjac root has the ability to swell, and like pectin, it goes through and it just cleans house into the whole digestive tract. And this, and people always just say, oh my gosh, that's so expensive. But I want you to know this 85 servings, look at this. And this is the scoop. Isn't it so cute? Now, when you see that, it's the size of my fingernail, pretty much. It's itty bitty. And you can start with 1, work up to 2, and it keeps you full because it swells inside of you, and it makes a huge difference. Let me just tell you something. If you can go, like I am going to go after I'm done with this smoothie, if I can go all the way till 6 o'clock for dinner, that's amazing. That's 5 hours, and I can. I just make sure that one of the things that you do with fiber is that you keep the water flowing. If you do not keep the water flowing, guess what happens? It's just the same thing as what happens to a garbage disposal if it's stuffed full and nothing's happening. So it's crazy. Brenda said she's glad that I'm back. Thank you, Brenda. I really appreciate that. Kimberly said, try lessening how much you drink, wean it off once a week. Okay, I don't know what that was about. Yeah, Brenda Moralia is asking, vary the intermittent fasting times, do you mean? I'm going to, just to clarify, you have to start someplace, right? You have to start with 12 hours. 12 hours is an easy thing to do. It just means don't snack after dinner. It means eat, reasonably early. So going from 7 to 7, so first thing in the morning when you wake up, go ahead and have your black coffee. Black coffee, keep it. As somebody who's had a thyroid issue for so many years, for me, it's an easy thing to do because I take my thyroid as soon as I wake up. I can have black coffee, but I can't have any food. So I'm used to that hour it's a half hour, but I go for a full hour of just not having anything. So just kind of keep going on that. Then you have your black coffee, your black tea, or whatever, and then just drink your water and drink your water and drink your water, and then just see how long you can go. At 11:30 today, 11:30 a.m., I was starting to get pretty darn hungry. So you know how that is. So I was just really glad when the clock, then it was noon, and I had a team meeting with my team. And then I just was like, oh, I'm going to have to wait a little bit more. And at 12:30, I made my smoothie and I started it now. So that's my goal. My goal is probably to get even till 3 o'clock, but we'll see. And I'll keep you posted on that. But honestly, it is the very best thing that you can do to reset things and to kind of take the stress out of eating out there. Because I think as we get to a certain place, our bodies get used to doing things a certain way. You could have the most on-point diet and get stuck. And it's because our bodies are saying, oh, so that's what she's doing. And they want to keep us in that set point place. And I'm reading a lot about and researching a lot about set point, which is a fascinating thing. It's a theory. It's not a thing. But I think there's a lot to it that I think we need to be taking a look at. So anyway, those are the things that I wanted to tell you as far as what I'm putting in my smoothie, because I got asked that a couple of times yesterday. The other thing, and I don't know, I think we might be a little bit low on this, but we do have this Just Juice Veggies, one of my favorite things. It has tons of fruits and vegetables in it, and one scoop equals 7 to 9 servings of fruit and vegetables a day. So if you have a child who's just not cutting it, this is a great way. It tastes delicious. It's, has a little bit of sweetness to it. I put it in the smoothie. It's slightly greenish color, but it's great stuff. So that's what you need to know about. Take back your body. I think Kimberly is talking to Christine about weaning off coffee. Why would anybody want to do that? I'm in love with my coffee. Don't take my coffee away from me. I've got taken care of everything. So for all of my Take Back Your Body folks that are here, all the alumni, we will be starting a new thing come September, and you're all invited to come back at no charge, of course, because we're putting together a new thing that I think you're really going to love, and it's going to be based on some of the stuff that I was talking about. So I'm really excited to get back to taking back your body. I'm excited for all the things that I'm doing. It's really a funny thing, and it's such a disappointment when you work so hard, you lose all the weight, and then you start gaining it back. I mean, it happens. But there's a thing. Your body is trying to work against you, and what I'm trying to do is crack the code on why that happens. So I am working hard on that. I'm doing a lot of research, and I'm going to bring it all back to you, and we'll do this together. I love having you with me. I love all the help that everybody offers each other. So let me see what else NutriCoach appointments. Here we go. Somebody asked me for that. This is it right here. Here you go. If you want to make your NutriCoach appointment, there is the link right there. You make that NutriCoach appointment, and guess what? I'll get on the phone with you, and we'll talk about it, and we will create for you the career of your dreams. Because I really believe that anybody who is stuck in the place of hating what they're doing and thinking this is, blah, 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 but I've got to stay because I need to have, I need the insurance, I need the this, I need the that. Well, what if you could create a career that was going to give you 6 figures of income a year, and you didn't have to be dependent on somebody giving you insurance? There are ways around that mountain, and I will show you how. You just have to go to NutriCoachSchool.com, or you can go to leanneely.as.me. AS is Acuity Scheduling, and that'll give you my calendar. You can click there, and we'll get on here, and we'll figure it all out. Okay, what else do we have? IKR. What does IKR mean? I don't know what IKR is. Liz says adrenals and stress have a lot to do with weight issues. Yes, they do. They big time do. A lot of times what happens when you do the adrenal test, do an adrenal saliva test, you'll find your adrenal glands are working, pumping way too much adrenaline at very inopportune times, right? Who needs that? Who needs to have that happen? This is the thing that you need to do. You need to work on that stress, and meditation is amazing. For me, yoga was not so much. Yoga just did not work well for me, although I'm starting to do yoga stretches to open up my hips and some other things. Some yoga stretches are fine. A whole yoga class just stressed me out. I couldn't do half the stuff that everybody in there was doing. You know, and you got all these little tiny lithe youngins, and I don't think so. So for me, here's what you need to, here's, you know, the way that you need to handle all of that. And that is meditation, prayer, journaling, and breathing. Those things all help. Stretching, any kind of anything that you find as far as an activity, an exercise, walking meditations. Check that out. Dr. Joe Dispenza, walking meditations. It's something that he offers on his website. I think it's joedispenza.com. His books have totally lit me up. I mean, they're crazy good. And, you know, just when you think about the power of your mind and the power and the ability to just change things up and get rid of the stress and how powerful your brain is, it's pretty cool. So there you have it, you guys. I've been on for a while, and Kimberly says she does best when she journals. I do too, you know, and I have my own journal. As a matter of fact, it's Take Back Your Life journal, and it has all the things in there. There's some 3 things to really be it's all about being mindful, right? Bringing that mindful part into things, having the gratitude there, and having the things in your face and writing about them that just make all the things click. So I hope I was kind of all over the place today. My apologies. If you want the book, share this video. On Monday, I will be telling you who is going to get this wonderful book, and it will be sent in the mail, media mail. So just be patient. It takes 100 years for them to put something through. And I will be answering. I will be answering on Friday your Q&As. So support@savingdinner.com. If you have questions, any kind of question whatsoever, like who did your hair today? That was me. I'm happy to do that. All you have to do is send in your questions at support@savingdinner.com. And Jenny is lovely and wonderful and very supportive, and she will send them all to me. And on Friday, I will answer them just for you. I promise. So tomorrow, 1 o'clock, be here or be square. And don't forget, book NutriCoach appointments. Is that up there? Yep, there it is. NutriCoach appointments, NutriCoachSchool.com if you're interested. What else? Oh, book day is on Monday, and this is the book. All right, that's it. So I appreciate you just coming and joining me. And Annette from Denmark, nice to see you. And everybody else, great to see you. I will see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern. Bye-bye.